Good evening. Glad to be with you again this evening. I'm sorry I had planned to have this done by Mass time, but it didn't work out. But I sure did pray for you all at Mass, and particularly for our whole parish community, for our families, for our neighbours, and all of those who are in need. We are scrambling to put things in place so that we can stay in touch with you as family here at St. Paul for whatever length of time this unique journey may last. This is an unprecedented event in the history of our lives, and it is really important that we be very alert and attentive to working as community with the best interests of all in mind and heart for the common good, as has always been taught in the Catholic tradition. It is imperative that we look not just to our own needs, but to the needs of our brothers and sisters of all faiths, denominations, and ethnic backgrounds. We're in crisis mode. We need to take great precautions so that we can defeat this virus. The closest experience we have is the Spanish flu that broke out in 1980 and killed between 50 million and 100 million people. Now, that is akin to 220 million up to 430 million in today's terms. And it is recorded that many people did not take the necessary precautions very seriously, and those who were following the best practices became lax after a while. Of course, it was during wartime, and there was a lot of focus on the war. But today we are blessed in a time of peace, and the question is, can we focus and do better than 1918? We are in a very perilous situation, and our effective movement through this requires the focus and efforts of all. It is understandable that some people are panicked and stressed with this. We've seen the enormous speed with which this virus has moved across our globe. People are stockpiling many things and terrified and asking, when will all of this subside? We tend to panic as human beings at the first sign of threat. But it is important for us to remain calm and centered as we navigate this crisis together. And the only way to navigate it is together. Since the people of Israel, all ages, have experienced calamities and destruction, and yet life has continued to move forward. We too will move through this crisis, and I believe we will all be better able for the road ahead. Let us be hopeful rather than fearful. I know it is a tremendous shock to many of you that we cannot celebrate Eucharist and receive Holy Communion at this most vulnerable time in our lives. After all, do we not say the Eucharist is the source and summit of who we are as Catholics? Yes, we do. And that is still absolutely true. However, a greater concern now supersedes that reality, the well-being of all of our people. Members of our staff are working feverishly to make sure we can bring Mass to you online beginning this weekend. While that is a poor substitute for attendance at Mass, it is the very best we can do at this time, and I invite you to stay tuned. Our biggest goal right now is, how can we continue to feed the flock? We are in a powerful age of technology, and we have extraordinary means to connect and still be community, an experience that they did not have in 1918. We're very aware that some of our parishioners do not have access to internet or social media, and we are seeking ways to support them also. Anything you can do to support them is also greatly appreciated. Physical distancing is required of us during this time, but social distancing is not. There are multiple platforms to see and interact with others, and let them know we care. If a telephone is the only method available, then please use it. It is a powerful tool. Being in touch with our family and friends and church members during this time is of immense importance. Just letting others know that we care is an irreplaceable gift. Physical isolation makes it extremely easy to devolve into social isolation, something we certainly don't want for anyone at this point. I think it is important to hold on to as much of our current daily rituals as we possibly can. Things like getting up and going in the morning rather than lounging around in my pajamas all day, exercising, enjoying some quiet and reflective time each day, and setting myself to tasks that build up my hope and goodwill. I will post a series of videos to connect us and feed us, to bring us together during our separation. I'm calling this series, Now is Our Time. Now is our time to do a variety of great things. Each video will focus on a way to grow ourselves, our relationship with God, and our relationship with others. Today I will focus on now is our time to pray. Praying is one of the greatest gifts we can give to one another, especially now. One does not have to be in community to pray. It certainly helps when we are in community and we always feel supported. But when the community is in need, we can pray from any place whatsoever. Each and every one of us can pray for one another and for our community. I will share a prayer with you now from my morning reflection. Come swiftly, O Lord, to the dark moments when we are lost. Make us aware of thy presence. Strengthen us to resist the urges and pulls to deeper darkness. Stir us to move away from the dark moments of sinfulness toward the light of thy forgiveness. Come quickly, O Lord, as we call or forget to call, and keep thou close to us and keep us close to thee this day and night, and as far as the days and nights stretch before us. Amen. God bless you. Let us continue to keep each other in our prayer. Thank you for tuning in.